Time for divine shot, KJ events. This real talk's the brand. You understand how we do, my man. I'm on that Friday night Knicks shit, dripping in Knicks shit. Up in the world most famous arena with the click. That's the conglomerate. The Knicks real talk, the real prominent. I'm a bit like the Omicron variant, dominant. Paying homage to the cats in the chat. That's where it's at. Cause I'm hearing that. You don't care for hyperbole, we straight facts. We interact with the mob, the gods. Up in the pod, the squad, with the side. My entourage be on the job, my energy. Feeling tripping in 10 books as they took my game plan and my brand for loot. And pursuit, going hard like the New York City gritty committee. Cause that's the things we ain't always pretty, but we all stay giddy. And we embrace the fan base like the late Anthony Mace. We trace the logo when there's space that appear like Squarespace. Staring down on the Chase Bridge, look at that Knicks City drip. There's any Dexters on the court, looking pretty legit. I stay true to the orange and blue. I thought you knew for him a few bars to shine like stars divine to Mount Mars. Knicks real talk. Here we go, let's go.
Knicks real talk right here. I'm representing
Knicks real talk.
right here.
Here we go, let's go.
We here in the building.
Knicks real talk.
Let's get it.
Here we go, let's go.
Yes, sir.
Knicks real talk.
We here.
Here we go, let's go.
Knicks real talk. Let's get it. Let's get it. Yeah, for real. Yes, sir.
Let's get it. Yes. What's good, everybody? Knicks real talk. Post-game, game day recap, man. We're gonna break down the Knicks game from last night. Talk about all that good stuff we seen, man. And talk about the game overall. But happy Valentine's Day, everybody out there. It's all good. I got my man Sharp Powers, my partner in crime, in the building with me. Sharp Powers, what's good, my brother?
Salute to you, Divine. Salute to the chat. Let's get it.
Yeah, real talk, man. 124 to 106. Knicks went to MSG last night and broke that spell, man. Went in there and played 4 good quarters, man. Won that game at the end convincingly, man. So what a beautiful day for the Knicks, man. That moved up to 32 and 27. Still right there, half a percentage point behind the Miami Heat for the 6th spot. So they battling, man. You gotta give them their flowers, man. These boys been gritty all year long. Sharp Power, and they staying gritty, man. But overall, man, I'm just excited about it, man. The gutsy win for us last night. Josh Hart came to play big time again in the second game with more production. And Jake Brunson. What can we say? All-star, straight up. He did it, Shop out. He was in his bag last night. They ain't had nothing for him. And that's supposed to be a well-defended team over there. They had a lot of defensive players out there. That man still get them boys defended. So salute to my man Jalen Brunson for knocking it down. It was a good game, Shop Powell overall. Excited, fun to watch. I was into it. Knicks was doing their thing, man. They was moving and grooving out there, like Clyde would say, man. So it was a really good look for us last night. And I'm happy we got the W.
Yeah, man. The game was very exciting. The Knicks just changed halves. The first half, they gave up 60 points or so, and that second half they only gave up about 40 points or so, and that was just the tell of the tape, man. Guys had great games. Yesterday, like you said, Jay Hart, he came out there battle yesterday, man. Something that we didn't expect. I think that was his season high yesterday. Brunson, the all-star Jalen Brunson that they snubbed. I'm putting that out there. I'm just feeling like he's just, what is it, three or four 40-point games in the season? Maybe I think it's 10 or 12 games and 30 points or something like that. This guy's playing major basketball, and he's showing why he came here from being under Luka, where he can come and produce for himself, and he has been producing for us, man. Julius Randle held us down in the first couple of quarters, stayed aggressive. A couple of missed opportunities from his great passing that we couldn't knock him down, but he was out there balling out. IQ just doing what he needs to do. If Grimes getting out there, with the minutes that he got out there, playing hard defense, shooting the ball, making some baskets and stuff like that. RJ had a little off game yesterday. He was in his bag yesterday, and but I think he can pull himself out of it, man. He's done it all year long. He deals with adversity all year long, and hopefully when he makes it to the off season, he can shore up his game a little bit more.
Yeah, real talk, man. This thing is amazing what's going on right now, man. The real talk, man. The way this cat leading this team, him and Julius Randle and them, and they out there playing every night. Obviously, RJ going through a little something. RJ right now, it's all good though. You know, he get out. I'm quite sure he will. He always he's a resilient cat. He'll get back at it. But right now, I can only imagine if he was playing at his highest level right now. The Knicks would be a tough team to beat right now. You know what I mean? So if RJ get back to playing at his level that he, you'd be comfortable playing like in the middle of the beginning of the year this year, going into the second half, he was putting it out there in December. He was knocking it down before he got hurt. He was really, really doing his thing, man. So let's hope he find that touch again and just get back into the overall. But this is a good week for them, man. They don't play basketball after tomorrow to next Friday. If Knicks do it right, it could be a dangerous team coming out of the All-Star break, man, with a week off. With a week off to get into your team. I'm gonna let your team go out there and get away for a couple of days and celebrate the other cats being there. Then once the All-Star week is over, you're right back at it, man. Just go in there and just tighten up your game. I mean, like Grimes, All-Star weekend, other than him in that skills challenge, when he get back, just go in the gym and shoot. Just gotta, RJ, get back in that gym after the All-Star break and get ready to go make this ride. Because the Knicks about to get up in this piece. I think the Knicks end up I'm going to be honest with you, Cat. I think the Knicks end up in the 4th or 5th spot.
Yeah, talking.
Real talk, Todd. So like I said, that was a big game for us last night, 124-106. The team shot phenomenal across the board. They shot 54% from downtown. Not downtown, in front of 2-point area.
Yeah, field goal percentage, yeah.
Within 54.9, 44 from downtown. That's where they was killing it. Those dudes was killing it last night, man. It's 73.1 for we missed 7 free throws. I guess it didn't hurt us, but Brunson missed some one that he normally don't miss. He missed 4. That was crazy. But it's all good. He earned that. That just put him at 40 something points or whatever. But he was definitely doing his thing, man. And the team overall, they played good. The defense only gave up 1 big quarter, which was 35 in the third. 35 in the second quarter. The rest of the quarter, they was 20, 26, 22, and 23. 106. That's all we got to do. You know what I mean? And they went out there and played it. And what a good job out of them. And overall, man, them boys, they locked in. Knicks is locked in right now, man. I think we got to kind of let these people know that these cats is for real. You know how I know that they real. Normally I don't watch too much of the ESPN's, with Malika Andrews, but after they talked about Luka Doncic, they talk about the Knicks. You know what I mean? The Knicks is making noise out there, and I'm loving it, man. We relevant, bro. We relevant. So I think last night we was relevant last night in a lot of ways. We was clicking in all cylinders pretty much. A lot of plus minus was pluses. Big time. Jalen Brunson 23 plus. Josh Hart 25 plus 25. Quickly plus 22. These cats was doing it last night, man. That plus 29 from Harkenstein. They gave it to the Nets last night, Sha. Real talk, man. And I was like, okay, that's what I want to see. How y'all gonna keep this thing going? They won 2 games in a row. Now we got to go to tomorrow. Tough game tomorrow, but I'm really liking what I seen last night and the effort, the energy, and what can I say about Josh Hart? Shaw Powell, he just that dude right now.
Yeah, man. The way everybody is contributing right now, everybody's starting to get together. It's starting that togetherness, man. And they're really looking good out there, man. And this acquisition of Jay Hart, man, maybe it might really mean something. You know what I mean? The first game, as a Knicks fan, I was elated. I think he had like 11, 13 points, 4 assists, 4 rebounds, 2 steals or something like that. He had 4-4-2 with a double digit number, man, and it looked good. But last night, man, this guy really came out there and performed last night. And for I don't want to say naysayers, because I was talking to a couple of people at my job, because they Brooklyn Nets fans. So I'm gonna say the naysayers, oh, John, he ain't do that. I did some homework today, you know what I mean? And ever since, before when we talked about it, I always talk about doing homework. Since you got to be on here, sometimes you got to have some type of stats and all that stuff. Josh Hart was playing with Portland when Damian Lillard was out, and the games that Damian Lillard didn't score. I mean, wasn't on the team because he was injured. Jay Hart averaged about 20 points a game. You know what I mean? 20 points a game. You know what I mean? His rebounds are 6, I believe they were, and I think it was 1 or 2 steals or something like the average. So he can put these numbers up. And his scoring went down as Damian Lillard came back onto the crew, and his input to the game was a little less. But with that being said, you seen him last night say, "This is our city," or something to that effect. Though I hit the 3-point, he banged the New York on his chest. This is our city, or whatever, something like that. He said, and I just think he's made for New York, man. He's gritty, he's grimy, he's rough. He gets some calls. He talks to the refs. He goes over screens. He cuts through screens. He runs around. He gets open. You can see he could hit the 3-pointer. He's been pretty. I mean, I'm not saying that he's going to stay 66, whatever. I think whatever the percentage was, like 66% or something like that. But if he can stay a consistent 37%, this guy's going to be something. He drives to the hole. He slashes. He make passes. This is a good pickup and stuff. They always say that we mid and stuff like that, and we got some good mid players now. We got a whole bunch of B+ players. You know what I mean? That'll beat a couple of A's and 3 C's and 2 D's and stuff like that any day of the week.
Yeah, real talk. Salute my man D's World. Shoot to the
Yes,
chat.
sir.
Smith,
Yes,
Tim
sir.
Smith, Gibson, everybody was popping. This Knicks will talk post game recap from last night. The Knicks went up in the Garden, gave them boys a business 124-106. Jay Hart's been that guy, man. Because you don't get to see a lot of him, especially if you're not a true fan of where he's been at, like out in LA, out in Portland, things like that. But the cat can play basketball. New Orleans, he's just a good basketball player overall. Swiss Army knife, like I said. He can do a lot of things, got a lot of variables to his game. So he's not 1 or 2 or 3 dimensional. Listen, here's the thing that people didn't see last night that was crazy to me. And which I always seen Josh Hart do, but you see the way he pushed that pace on the fast break, though?
Facts. He moves that ball, man. He gets everybody up the court, man.
He moves the ball. He gets everybody into it. The kid got speed. He got grit. Listen, he was that piece. I know we talked about the Ananobis and all that. I get it. Like you said, though, he was that piece that we pretty much needed. We can deal with all that other stuff in the offseason with the other guys we talk about. But for right now, when Mitchell Robinson come back to the Knicks and RJ Barrett and let's say after the All-Star break, get into a game, his flow, whatever, get back to being RJ Barrett and Mitchell Robinson come back, the Knicks are going to be a deadly team. And I'm telling you, they're going to be scary, bro, because now you got Josh Hart playing defense with Mitchell Robinson and Quentin Grimes and quickly. And the way Hartenstein is out there giving more effort, they're going to be a tough team. They're going to be a tough out. The Knicks are going to be a tough out. And you can book that. Yeah, I heard that on Knicks Real Talk. And you know me, I'll eat the crow with the sweet baby Rays if I need to, but I don't think so. I think the Knicks is going to be a scary team. They're going to get up in there. And Tom Thibodeau got exactly what he needs. And that's real talk. He got exactly what he needs. Now, he don't got no excuse now. You know what I mean? Now, Ted, they gave Ted what he wanted. They giving him what he wanted, put it like that. And I think he see it starting to pay dividends. Cats is 32 and 27, 5 games over 500, and they still right there. So you got to overall say you got to get the Knicks their flowers for staying put, not jumping the gun shot powers, and they say, we think we got enough. We just got to, get rid of Cam Reddish. Got the album. We need some, and we feel that's why we've been talking about it all year long. And after it went down, me and you said, listen, fill that 3 spot. Just get somebody to fill Cam Reddish's spot who could be productive. And they went out and got Josh Hart. There you go. I think these boys is ready, man. I think they just fine tuning it. I think Jalen Brunson done changed the landscape of the Knicks. Real talk. I think he done changed the landscape of this team. I think this team they never have a problem scoring. That's what's so crazy. So they never have a problem scoring. It's the nights when our defense don't come to play. You know what I mean? But I think adding somebody like Josh Hart and Mitchell Roberts coming back, and that's the area we want to improve in is our defense side of the ball, especially on the perimeter. Mitch anchoring down there so they can't come down with all that crazy stuff. And I think we're ready to go. So far so good for me. I'm good with the Knicks. I think let's go ahead and get it. If the buyout market come, you think you need to add somebody, but I think you add them. But if not, let's roll with what we got. roll we got. Let's get up in the playoffs and let's make it happen. I think the Knicks gonna be up in there. So they just got to play harder. They played last night. They played a good defense-minded team last night. I think they went out there and handled them boys pretty well last night. I was pretty happy with that last night, man. They went out there and played the Nets. I knew it was going to be a tough game because of the Nets defense, but I think the boys went out there and made a statement last night. I don't care who was on the court, so it was nice.
I mean, I believe the Knicks wanted to win the game yesterday, just like we were talking before the pregame. With KD and Kyrie, they want to beat them. But last night, since they wasn't on the team, it showed what they wanted to do. And they really, from that third quarter on, they really just executed and did some. They still was some mistakes. There still was I don't want to call it isolation so much, but it's not even isolation no more. The way they isolate the ball, I've been watching it, man. It ends up to be an isolation shot. But what they do is they move the ball around a couple of times. Nobody wants to take the shot. And then Jalen Brunson or Julius Randle ends up getting the ball with about 7 seconds on the clock. Julius makes the move, uses up 5 seconds. If he sees the pass, he makes a pass. If not, he tries to go to the basket or shoots that little short jump shot. Same thing with Brunson. They make the pass. They do that triple, the weave at the top with the center to the small forward to whoever is going to get that ball and make that shot. And whoever is going to get the ball and make the decision of how they're going to make that play. And they have no problem scoring the basketball. Scoring the basketball for the Knicks. I believe the Knicks are in the top 10 in offense.
Yeah, haven't been a problem here. Haven't been a problem.
Yeah, so that is not a problem, and their defense is not lacking too much this year too. I didn't look at that stat, but I don't think it's no less than top 20. I think it's a little higher than that because not too long ago, before Mitchell Robinson out, they were close to one was 7 or 8 and the other one was 8 or 9. So I'm not sure if the defense dropped off that much since Mitchell Robinson is gone. But this team plays good basketball, and now with the acquisition of Jay Hart, man, I'm hyped just because of the 2 games that we watched them do. I remember the game when he played us, and he scored like 3,000 rebounds on us when he was just grabbing all the rebounds. So I know what he's capable of doing just from those games. And the last game, it was a different type of basketball that he played, and it was so heartfelt. I was so amped last night to seeing that, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, real talk. I think people really don't realize that the Knicks. I think once Mitchell Robinson get back, like I said, I think the Brooklyn Nets fall out. I think the Brooklyn Nets. See, people don't understand something. The Brooklyn Nets was built around playing around KD and KD and Kyrie. It was built around them guys. So they weren't the most skilled players. They play their roles well on what they do from a lot of other teams. But to me, without them two, I think the Nets might fall to the play at number 7. I think Miami and New York, and Cleveland is going to be the one buying for that 4, 5, and 6. I think the Knicks got a better offense than the Miami Heat. I think Jalen Brunson is their best player is Jimmy Butler. Jalen Brunson is right there with him. They got Bam Adebayo. I think Julius Randle numbers is better than his. And if R.J. Barrett just do what he do, it's game on for New York. Because we got a big 3 scoring 20 a game, each one of them in this season. You got a good defense in the front court and the back court with whether it's Grimes or Josh Hart, maybe sooner or later after the All-Star break, they might insert him in the starting lineup. I think the Knicks got a really solid team, and I believe with their defense numbers, they should be up there, man. I think the Knicks defense has been playing pretty well over so many last years and over last games, and they only give them, I think they a 109.5 rating, some of that nature. But they balling though, so they just got to keep it getting together, man. You don't give up them 120-something point games, and we just keep them teams under 110. Then we scoring 114 a game. So if we keep these cats under 110, and we doing our average score in a game, the Knicks that's easy. They just got to get the defense back. And I think Mitchell Robinson going to get back. It's going to be on the pop. But I'm telling you, now you seeing where Hartenstein really going to give you off the bench now. Now you see why he playing now. When Mitch come back, he going to have that same energy. But now it's going to be in at the backup. Because I don't think Jericho Sims might be in that thing the way Hartenstein playing when Mitchell Robinson get back. He might go back to situational for the year. Just like McBride. Because I think Hartenstein playing that good. You know what I mean? That defense still gets better. So this is going to be the thing. How's it going to go, man? The start of the backup unit last night, 52 point shot powers? The whole
man, incredible.
That second unit, 52 points last night. I'm like, yo, these cats is really getting it, man. So I like what I seen like that, and I'm happy what's going moving forward. Shot power. We just got to go ahead to Atlanta tomorrow, man. Really try to give it to these cats. This would be a beautiful way to close out to the All-Star break with a W. With a W against Atlanta. You probably move up and get tied. You be tied with the Heat for the 6th spot, and the Heat play the Nets tomorrow.
What a game!
Let's all this make sense. The Heat got the Nets, and we play the Hawks. We beat the Hawks. I don't care who win that game between them. I want the Heat to lose. Then we just got a half a game on them or something, or we're close to them, whatever. But at the same time, I want the Nets to lose too, because I need the Nets to fall up out of there. Because they right there, Nets lose a couple more games. They got the same amount of losses we do. So it's gonna be fun, man. NBA gonna be lit tomorrow. Got a lot of good games. We just gotta go in there and play like we played last night. Gardner was lit last night. It was on fire, and the Knicks went in there and represented, man. New York was in there. It was in there, brother.
They damn sure was, man. And if I'm not mistaken, we're half a game behind the Heat. We're half a game behind the Heat and 2.5 games behind Brooklyn. And the Heat is 2 games behind Brooklyn. You know what I mean? So, but Brooklyn hasn't played as many games as both of us. I think both of us around 58 or 59 wins. I think the Brooklyn is around 57 wins, something like that. So they're probably going to go through some back-to-backs to catch up or stuff like that. But no matter what it is, we talked about it on the background. I don't know who I would want to win tomorrow. You know what I mean? Do I want Brooklyn to win to get a bigger lead? A bigger lead in the final games where they'll move up to maybe 2.5 games away from us if we move over the Heat, or do we want the Heat to win? If we win, we still stay a half a game behind them. But if Brooklyn loses, then we're closer to Brooklyn. That's 1.5 games. You know what I mean? They'll drop down almost a half a game, a game or a game and a half if they lose to Brooklyn, something like that. It's just the way you look at the standings right now, and by Wednesday, especially by tomorrow's game, the Hawks are only down, I think, 3 games behind us. I think they're close to us. I think they're like 3 games under us, and Brooklyn is about 3 games in front of us. So, let's see what happens, man. The biggest thing is I do want that win tomorrow, man. I really do want that win.
Yeah, real talk. There you go, right there, man. You look at these numbers, man. To me, Cleveland, the Nets, I think the 4 are going to be locked into me. Cleveland, Nets, Heat, and Knicks. I think the Nets fall down. Like I said, the Nets, that game tomorrow, if we win tomorrow, and the Heat lose, then we in the 6th spot.
Right.
They'd be 32 and 27. We'd be 33 and 27. So we'd be in the 6th. Now, the Nets got a couple of games coming up. Well, I know they about to take some L's. The Nets, I'm telling y'all, the Nets dropping out of that. They got a good team, but they ain't got the team to keep them up there. I think the Nets will be out of there. And I see the Knicks moving up to either 5, and the Heat going to take 6. But this was going to be interesting right here. Look at this. Look what Cleveland is not a good road team. Look at their road record. They nice at home. They under 500 on the road, Cleveland. So let's say they lose 3 or 4 road games by the end of the season. It's going to be interesting, Shop Pals. I'm telling you, you mess around and can't be the almighty 4 seed. I'm serious. I think the way this thing is playing out, I think it's all in Knicks' favor. And I'm not saying that. I'm saying that to be real. Look at these. What I mean by this here. Going into tomorrow, right? Let's throw this up there for everybody. Today, obviously, there ain't too much on the doctrine that we're concerned about, other than the Wizards losing the game to keep them down in the Raptors and the Wizards. But tomorrow, Bulls, Pacers to win that, even though they've been playing terrible, they can win that. The Heat and the Nets, we want that one. Us and the Hawks. Yo, you got the Cavaliers playing in Philly. You see what I'm saying? They take an L. They have 23 wins. Like I said, they're not a good road team. All they got to do is lose 4 or 5 games if the Knicks stay consistent the way they are. So that's a big day for us. And then obviously after that the All-Star break, but the Bulls got the Bucks that the day before the All-Star break, and the Wizards got the Timberwolves. Them Eastern Conference losses, right? I think Bucks beat the Bulls and the Timberwolves beat the Wizards. We ain't got nothing to worry about for them coming up catching us and nothing like that. But here, check this out at the All-Star break. Pacers and Celtics. The Cavaliers got the Denver Nuggets. You see what I'm saying? That's gonna be 2 L's in a row, even though they playing at home. But that's the joke in them, though. You know what I mean? So I think this thing's gonna be interesting. And the Knicks got the Wizards. This is what I'm talking about. Check it out. What I just talked about. The Knicks and the Wizards. The Hawks got the Cavaliers. Now, what about the Hawks beat the Cavaliers? Them 3 games in a row right there they could lose. That's why I said y'all better stay locked in. And look, look at this. The Bucks and the Heat. Heat take an L right there. It's on, Shaw Powers. You better watch out. Almighty Four Seasons, we lurking. We lurking, bro. I think the set up the certain way where the Knicks can get up in here.
And these are teams that we played already. And these are teams that we want to win against. You know what I mean? I remember like we were talking the other day, man, about just another quick little 4 or 5 game winning streak moves us from the 7th spot to the 4th spot, you know, a good 4 or 5 win streak games, a good little one right now, starting from this Atlanta game. And when we come back, we win 3 or 4 more games because it's against a couple of teams that we played against and we need to beat. Be right there again, man. Just how you just showed it, man. The Brooklyn Nets have a couple of hard games coming up. I mean, Atlanta and all these guys, it is something. I seen that out there too, Cash Out. Salute to you, Cash Out. I seen that out there too. About moving RJ to Brooklyn for Malik. I seen that, and I heard it 2 other places today on the whatchamacallit. So I'm not opposed to it, but that probably won't happen until the off season. So after July 13th, we can talk about all of that. I think that's the day that RJ's contract comes into fruition. I think that's when it starts. So that's when we can start talking about trades. We want to bring Malik over here and bring this to Villanova over here. Let's do it.
Yeah, he can't. You can't do that to the off season. So
yeah, that's the off season move.
Just to answer your question, Cash Out. Yeah, I do it for this reason. To give him a different look for himself, RJ. I think Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle, they just them dudes now. You know what I mean? He can never be the dude on the Knicks long. Them 2 boys looking here. Not saying he want to be the dude, but RJ probably got a different mindset where he want to be one of the better players or the star players, like I said, which he got to work to get there. But I don't have a problem with that trade. I really don't. I'll tell you why. Because Mikal Bridges could do it both sides of the ball. He got game. He Villanova dude, especially. That's a good tandem right there. I mean, they come from winning coaches, man. They winning coaches. He went to the finals almost with Chris Paul and them, or close to it. The cat got game. You know what I mean? He got the defense mindset, and he can make it happen in New York. I love him at the 3 in New York. That's a wrap. You put him there with Julius Randle and Mitchell Robinson. That's game over right there. And then you put either Quentin Grimes or Josh Hart at the 1, at the 2. That's a nasty defensive team right there, bro. Top to bottom, basically. My man take charges. Jalen Brunson good at taking charges, but Quentin Grimes or him, Mikal Bridges, Julius Randle, and Mitchell Robinson, that's legit. That's legit. Front line. I'm talking about them boys. They'd D up the best of them right there with that team. So I wouldn't be surprised with it whatsoever. I would have no problem with it, and I'm an RJ guy. But sometimes, you know, you like any other star, like Butler, like anybody, they move on. People move on. They don't always stay with their team. So I wouldn't have a problem with it. Cash Out. I would have had to do that, man. I kind of had to make that part of the segment because that was a good little interesting thing right there. But yeah, I would do that. I would do it, no problem. And I'm an RJ guy. It had nothing to do with that. But I think that Mikal Bridges makes the Knicks a little bit more tough out and on that defense side of the ball, man. This cat, and he shoot the ball 3 So you got 3 dogs up in there, man. You got 4 cats in your starting lineup. That starting lineup had one of the best defense. Like their defense to be like damn near like Milwaukee's. with that lineup. I just think, damn, my God, bro, that's Mikal Bridges. He fit that system real good. He don't have to he's like that guy. He's like another sort of Quentin Grimes or RJ in that sense, but he don't got to pound a rock and do all that. He can hit that open J out there, and he top 10 defensively probably in the league. But yeah, I do that. I love you, RJ, for brother. Mikal Bridges. Oh my God, that's
it's just the thing, man. Earlier in the seasons, in the past season since RJ and Randall's been together, even on here we talked about it. Does RJ and Randall are they compatible on the court together? You know what I mean? And I'm doing a little, like I said, I was doing some homework today, listening to some people and checking out on some things on certain sites and stuff like that. Do you know that because I didn't write it down, so I'm trying to memorize it. With RJ off the court, with RJ on the court, we offense is 9 points negative. With RJ off the court, our offense is 9 points more positive. You know what I mean? I think that's the way it was said. Or with him off the court, we play more positive basketball than with him on the court. I don't know how true it is. I ain't know analytics. I seen it, then I seen it somewhere else, so it made it a little liable. Two people talking about the same thing at the same time from two different sources, and maybe it might have some validity. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't do the analytics like that, but they say that with him off the court, with IQ, Grimes, when he's not on the court, the basketball they produce 9 more points or positive points with him off the court. So who knows what happens in the offseason? We'll find out. But I want RJ to ball the hell out this year. Let him have this. You know what I mean? I think RJ is, for me, I'm an RJ fan. I like RJ. I like the way he comes in here. His percentages suck some games, but here's some big shots sometimes, so you cannot knock him for not hitting some big shots. And he can take over a game in a quarter. His first half may he starts off his first halves suck. 1 of 11, 1 of 13, 3 of 16. I've seen some numbers like that out there. His first half sucks, but when he comes back into that third quarter, he is aggressive, especially if we're winning or losing. He always make, they may say he may be what's the word? They score mongering or something like that. He's always trying to get his 20 points, but he gets his 20 points no matter.
Hey, check this out real quick. That's a good instant topic, man. Good, and Cash, I appreciate that thought, man. But here's another thing. You don't even got to do that. You could keep RJ Barrett and still get Mikal Bridges.
Facts.
You ain't got to listen. If you get, let's say they willing to take who we got out there that I'm just gonna use Quentin Grimes for example. Quentin Grimes or Obi or one of them guys, 3 first rounders and Evan Fournier. Hear what you just did. You gave him 3 first rounders. You gave him an $18 million expiring. Basic is off the books. You know what I mean? And if you want to use them this year, you can. If not, do what the Knicks doing with them. Just let them sit there. And you put, well, you might have to throw something with it, but I think Grimes, Fournier, and 3 first round picks should be able to get him. I don't know how you would do some protected, but I love Grimes. I'm not saying that, but you know what scared me, ladies and gentlemen? Josh Hart. Now, what happens when Josh Hart and Grimes' contract come up? Now, let's what happens then? You know what I mean? Or are you going to pay Grimes or are you going to pay Josh Hart? So, see, these things help some Knicks win, but also cause the dilemmas down the line. It causes a problem because now, right now, my man Josh Hart is living up to his contract he's making. Do we think, because we're going to be able to keep him, him quickly, Josh Hart quickly, Grimes, if you're going to want to keep Obi, or you're going to have to keep, see, Child Power, that's where sometimes you got to lose a good player, man. It's just the way it is. Sometimes you might not, as an organization, want to lose a player, but sometimes you might just have to lose a player.
not the caveat right off of what you said. They talk about this guy's being a journeyman, but the players that he's been traded for, I remember one trade, if I'm not mistaken, was for AD. That's not, you know what I mean? That ain't no little player. They giving up him and somebody, whoever I forgot who the other players was in the trade. I heard he was in the trade with AD. That makes him a big time player.
Yeah, excuse me. I'm gonna help you. Just it was AD and CJ McCollum.
Right, for CJ McCollum, right. The second one.
Yep. Yeah, CJ McCollum when he went to New Orleans. Remember, Josh Hart was in New Orleans. They traded him from New Orleans. Yeah, man. So, like you said, bro, sometimes you got to give up good players, and you hate it, man, because not everybody's gonna be a nigga because of salary cap, because of money. You know what I mean? And that's why the Knicks did what they did. They were smart with the draft pick, Shot Powers. They say, you know what? We're gonna have to draft another Quentin Grimes. We're gonna have to draft another McBride. We're gonna have to draft another Jericho Sims. That's why we got all these picks. So even if you have to move them cats, it's still cats can do what they do in a couple of years coming out of college. So you gotta make them type of big decisions when it comes to having an organization and have a team, man. Because like I said, but let's imagine though, even if it was Jalen Brunson, RJ Barrett at the 2, Mikal Bridges, Julius Randle, and Mitchell Robinson, that is a wrap, bro. I think they get to the Eastern Conference Finals with that starting five. I think they get to the Eastern Conference Finals with that starting five. I think they could beat the Celtics. I think they can also hang with the Bucks. And we've been playing them guys without this type of lineup I'm talking about now. Right. Imagine getting Mikal Bridges at the 3 and you still got RJ in New York. Oh man, that is crazy. That'd be crazy. Big team. Other than Jalen Brunson, you got a big team. Defense-minded cats. And I think RJ Barrett's defense is better than the way he's been playing lately, Shot Powers. I think he was playing some good defense earlier last year. He was taking out some of the biggest wings in the league. He was doing it. So I don't know what's in RJ head right now, but man, if you could keep that dude though, and still get Mikal Bridges. Yeah, New York top 4. They top 4. You get that lineup, and you still got all that stuff you got on the bench, and that ain't even counting. You only lose 3 draft picks out of the next so many years. Yeah, man. You go to Brooklyn. Like, listen, man, we can help y'all out. Brooklyn probably gonna keep them anyway, but I'm just saying, being a cash out brought the conversation up. That would be nice. That was a good conversation for the night. I liked that one, cash out, real talk, because that's interesting, man. Whether RJ or Grimes, I don't care, but if you can get Mikal Bridges down here with one of them 2 staying, the Knicks got a good team, bro, and they bench will be strong though. So you never know. Let's see how it go. Quickly, I'm gonna be on the bench with Josh Hart. If Obi's still there, whoever, man, they'll be pretty good. You get Mikal Bridges down in the piece, but some of them guys are gonna go. I tell you that much. But man, for the game tomorrow, and we got to go and try to give it to these boys tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. JW was popping. Salute to the chat, cash out. William Maiden, salute to you guys, getting everybody, man. But yeah, he the answer to me. I would, man. I know y'all love Quentin Grimes, but Mikal Bridges is a different story. Yeah, I like that one, Gideon. I would have to probably get ahead and make that happen, man. I hate to say that, but I like Grimes, man. I really do. And I think he's gonna be a special ball player as he get older. But damn, Mikal Bridges right now on that team with that squad, that'd be nice. That'd be pretty nice. So we'll see, man. Knicks got that. I know they got things up their sleeve, and they well connected. I like it. They try to keep that the connected thing going on. And that's what I like about that. Them getting Josh Hart there, because that can help. Literally can help them boys get Mikal Bridges over there if the asking was right. The Knicks might give them cats an offer they can't refuse, and say, okay, let's do it. So that'd be nice, though. Out of all them players out there, that's the one I would bring in here before the Ananobi's and everybody. I kid you not, guys.
Just saying.
Before all them cats, I'd get that boy Mikal Bridges, though. Philly boy, East Coast baller. He know how to get down over here. That'd be nice, man. Ooh, that'd be on fire right there. We compete against anybody with him.
Yeah, he's hard-nosed. He plays basketball, and he knows what he's doing. Like you said, from the East Coast, and he's just going to make the team better. I mean, we're going to see what, for now, what we're talking about, is off-season stuff. Yeah, a lot of what we're talking about is off-season stuff. But and I say it. I said it once. I'll say it again. The players that we see on the team this year, some of these guys ain't gonna be here after the start of next year,
Mm-hmm.
23, 24. A couple of these guys not gonna be here. You know what I mean? They're gonna have to finagle some moves, move some players, and bring in some players, and still try to stay away. Still have some money into the tax, but not at the luxury tax. So, you know, let's see what happens, man. I mean, you know, I didn't heard that chat out about that guy. You know, I mean, I didn't heard it about that, and and a lot of people. I like RJ, man. I think RJ, just got to get his lateral movement down a little bit better. You know, I mean, he's letting people blow by him a little bit too much. You know what I mean? He got to get that left foot, right foot, slide to side, slide step. He got to get that down a little bit better, but. Overall, man, I think RJ tries to play good basketball. Like I said, he's changed the way he lays the ball up and does stuff. Like I said, he's extended his arm so this way you can see the foul more than when he used to keep it close to him like this, and he'll get fouled and you can't see it. So no, he's trying, man. And I hate to put this word out there because you hear from everybody, but he's still only 22, man. He may have been in the league a long time, but he's still 22 years old. He still has not much time, but he still has a little bit of time to, clean up some of his errors that he's doing right now. He's already big and strong, and he loves that bully ball. You know what I mean? If he could find a short, fine line up jump shot, before that 3-point line, when he could drive and just get to that free throw line and shoot the jumper, he'd be lethal, man. He would kill. You know what I mean? He would kill if he could do that. And I mean, more like who they always put him against? The guy in Miami, everybody know who I'm talking about. The dude with the very old Butler. You know what I mean? I couldn't think of his name. I mean, or if he could get a game something similar to Butler, man, that little short jumper. His game is kind of like, bully ball, can shoot a little jumper, can shoot the outside shot a little bit. See what happens. But these guys are starting to come together, man, and I'm really liking the acquisition. So far, 2 games, in the books and stuff, but we got 2 wins with him, and he's showed 2 different type of styles of basketball in 2 games. So, the next game he come out, he might have 12 rebounds, 11 assists, and 9 points. You know what I mean? But he done showed something different every time he got on the court so far. Let's see what he could do against Atlanta coming up tomorrow.
Yeah, real talk. Listen, everybody, we need our boy RJ to do what he do. This wasn't about trading RJ. It was just a good topic.
This is a topic. It's out there.
Yeah, but listen, I like what Canal put out there, and I'm gonna get off that topic. I didn't want to get off the topic of Canal. That's the move right there. That's what they do right there. Toronto get RJ and Obi. He gets to go back to Toronto. Home country. They love him out there. 2 seconds. Brooklyn gets OG, and I'll pick next year, and we get Bridges. 3-way deal right there. That's showing me that the Knicks respect RJ and love the cat. That they said, we gonna do anything like that, we gonna send you somewhere where you're gonna really want to be, and that's home in Toronto. So that would be an awesome move, man. If that was a part of that was to happen, everybody I think works out. We get Mikal Bridges down here with these boys and let's ball out. So I just, before we move on, man, that was a good chat, Canal. That's
really nice, Canal. Word up, salute.
That was a good one there. I'm like, yeah, you do that right there. But
that's a big move right there. Nick's front office might see that, Canal. Watch out.
Yeah. But go to the chat though, man. Y'all cats on fire up in there, man. Y'all got this thing live up here with these chats, man. Y'all keep it going. There's some really good stuff out there, man, like y'all always do anyway, but appreciate that. But yeah, man, we got to move on to tomorrow. Tomorrow, big game tomorrow against Atlanta. Be able to close it out before the All-Star break. If we guard this thing with a win, man, and beat these boys, man, that said a lot to me, man. It said a lot about these cats and what they do. And if they can go down there in Atlanta tomorrow, and get these boys some work, and come back, we good, man. We 33-27. Huh? Yeah, man. We get that thing popping. It's gonna be nice going into the All-Star break. 3-game winning streak. 6 game over 500, and we'll be in the 6th spot. That's pretty nice. I think that game against the Nets and the Hawks, the Nets and the Bucks, not Nets and the Heat tomorrow. Excuse me. It's gonna be an interesting game, man. Either one of them cats lose is gonna help. We're gonna gain on one of them. So, but, either way it go, we gain on one of them. We get closer ground to the Nets, which are gonna be falling pretty soon, and we just stay where we at with the Heat. That's only a half a game behind until we come back out of the All-Star break. It's going to be buckle up, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be, it's going to be crazy coming down the last 20-something games, 25, 24, whatever. Y'all better buckle up because it's going to be interesting. I can tell you that right now. Knicks is in there fighting for something. I'm telling y'all, it's going to be crazy. We're going to be having some live stuff going on just like tonight, man. It's going to be live up in Knickland. Knicks Real Talk. We're going to be in here. Win or lose, we're going to be up in here. But it's going to be interesting, man. The Knicks are ready to meet playing playoff type of basketball right now. They fighting for something. So if the Knicks wind up getting in this joint after the schedule they had this year, which they had a real hard schedule, they get up in the playoffs. It's not going to be hard for the Knicks because first of all, the schedule they had this year, they've been playing creme de la creme after creme de la creme on this joint. So they done played the best teams already a lot this year. So when they do get up in there, they ain't going to be like no deer in headlights. They're like, okay, we played them in the season. We know what they do. You know what I mean? Blah, blah, blah. We played them at a crucial time. Like Knicks got Miami 3 more times in the month of March. 3 times in the month of March. So time the Knicks get to the playoffs, and they don't play Miami 3 times in a regular season like that. They don't play every top team they played. They should feel good about themselves. Shout out! I think they're gonna be fine, man. I think they just gotta win these games out, man. You ain't gonna win them all. We might lose tomorrow, but I'm hoping that it'd be a big game if we could win it tomorrow. But obviously we playing on their court, but we're a good road team. We're resilient. So it'd be nice if the Knicks can go in and get this win, but it ain't guaranteed. But the way the team is playing, I think we got enough firepower. They got Trae Young, we got Jalen Brunson, you got what's the name? The Dejounte Murray, we got Julius Randle. You got what's his name? Collins, we got RJ Barrett. We just need RJ Barrett tomorrow. RJ Barrett come to play tomorrow. Knicks beating them boys. That's real talk. I think Trae Young used to be a disadvantage to us, not no more. Not with Jalen Brunson here, and now it's not that he got the advantage at the point guard spot no more. He got a guy he's playing against that can get it just like him any given night. So that changes the game. He's not Kemba Walker. He's not Alpha Payton. He's not my man who did the fielder for Alex
Burke.
Yeah, he's none of them dudes. He's Jalen Brunson. You know what I mean? He used to be like this here, Shop House. Trae Young, Knicks point guard. Now it's Trae Young in that Knicks point guard. Different. So I think if he go do what he do, and I think Randall do what Randall do, we just need RJ to have a good game going out the door. Go out the door with a good game, RJ, and give us this W. And then we ready to roll. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be buckle up. It's gonna be fun, man. I'm excited about that.
Yeah, man. We came on tonight just to give a little shout out to talk about last night's game, man, which was a beautiful game last night, man. If you're a true Knicks fan, man, you really appreciated how the Knicks came out and really fought last night. Giving up that about 60 points in the first half to limit this team to about 40 points in the second half. You know what I mean? And everybody, I don't care if you wasn't a Knicks fan, you talking about Jay Hart right now. Everybody's talking about him. You go on any site, everybody's talking about Jay Hart and what he has done for the Knicks in only 2 games. So let's see what he can bring out tomorrow. Let's see if he can have another stellar type game with some different, a different attribute tomorrow. Like I said, come out there and have 12 rebounds and 11 assists and, 9 points, just miss a triple double. But, stuff like that, changes the perspective of how we play. And, like we talked about yesterday, IQ, not IQ, Grimes, get out there, get a little, some more burn out there, hit some more shots and throwing up some more shots. Let IQ go out there, and IQ has been playing brilliant for it this year. I mean, I don't think IQ is going nowhere anytime soon. I think he'll be our 6th man, and they may even give him $15-17 million to sit on the bench. I mean, to play that six man position, and I think he wants to be here. It's a difference if he wants to leave, but if he wants to be here, we still got a little. We don't have to. I forgot how it goes. We don't have to sign him yet, but I think they're gonna give him some. I think they're gonna talk to him and be like, look, We ain't got that much bread right now. Let's give you this little signing bonus and let us get to 24, 25, and we got you. You know what I mean? We got you. So I think they'll talk to him and say, I think he got next year. He's almost on what RJ was last year. Next year they'll talk about signing him. They don't really have to sign him yet, if I'm not mistaken. They could give him an offer and give him a short offer or whatever. But this team is exciting, man, and that Canal trade that he just put out there, the RJ going to the Raptors and OG going to Brooklyn, and we get Mikal. That is something to look out for. I'm going to write that down and put your name next to a Canal because I haven't seen that out there nowhere, and that sounds like something I would do. So, I mean, if the way it looks, I love to hate Twitter because Twitter show. I mean, so many people say so much stuff. If you follow them, they say so much stuff, and sometimes you be like, come on," and then you see it on somebody else's, and then you say, "Really?" And then you see it on somebody else's, and you be like, "Dang, it's already out there like that." So, it's out there, man. And RJ, that Canal thing, you better, if you got Twitter, you better get out there and get on it first because that was the best trade I see for the off season. That I would be working that right now. That Canal, that was we get Mikal, OG goes to Brooklyn. They love that, and they get 2 trades, and RJ goes to his home place with Obi Toppin, and Obi gets some minutes over there, and because they probably about to blow it over there, and Raptors probably about to blow it up over there too. That would be something to really watch. I think they're ready to blow it up. So
yeah, that'll work for everybody. That trade.
Yeah.
And nobody robbed nobody. That's what I like about that trade. Nobody robbed. Man, Mikal Bridges, and you know what? And JW said, like he said, Jay Hart getting 3 years, 50 to 55 million. See, that's what I was talking about earlier. It's gonna be a player that you might love him but he might not be a Knick. Just like Cam Reddish. That shit gonna happen. The Knicks couldn't sign Cam Reddish. That's why they let him go. So how we gonna give you money? And we got to give all these other cats money who we think, so that y'all got to watch out. See, that could happen quickly. Well, hope not. It could happen to Grimes. It could happen to Art. Somebody might be out there because they might say, listen, what I'm bringing in, I like you guys. I love you guys. But what I'm bringing in is going to take me to another level.
Building their stock, Divine. That's what we talked about all year. We build these guys' stock this year. So in this off season, because this is going to be a big off season, we got the most. We got 3 of I don't know how many first round picks we now because I'm not sure which. I think we get about our first round pick, right?
Yeah,
for 23.
Yeah, well,
so we still got. I believe we still got Mavericks and the Detroit one if it don't convey or whatever. So we got a couple of things that we still can do, you know what I mean? And we got so many more picks that we got. And this 23 off season is going to be really, really big. This off season, like I said, a lot of these guys that we sit here and watch, they building their stock. This is a business. They put these guys out there so their commodity could go up. So where they're at their highest, you can grab something else for them at a retail price. And I think the Knicks are doing a great job. They front office, you know what I mean? No one thought Josh Hart. We talked about it a couple of times about Josh Hart, but everything was about OG, Bay. Then it started being Sadiq Bey. You know what I mean? But no, we talked about Josh Hart a little bit. We talked about Trent Tucker a lot. You know what I mean? But this sneaky little thing that they went and did and got Josh Hart and moved Cam over to Portland. I mean, who seen that coming? I didn't. You seen that coming, Devon? I didn't think it would happen, but we got it, and that's a big trade. And this guy's a big time player, man. Every time he's been moved for a big time player. And he's talked about he's really looking for a home. And I reiterate, if you didn't watch the game last night, when he hit one of his threes, banging on his chest, and he said something about this, our house, or my, we gonna something, whatever he was saying, it sounded like he was a New York Knicks banging on that Knicks on his chest about the Knicks. So I'm with it. You know what I mean? Whatever they do, the Knicks have been playing, some smart money games. Like a lot of the last couple of years, we've been like, oh, come on, Knicks. And then you see what they do. And last year we traded the pick and all this other stuff. He was like, what are you doing? We got the boy. I forgot his boy. I forgot his name because it was a joke that I said when he said his name. But we didn't get him. We got all these amount of picks, and 23 season is coming down, and we're still in the hunt to be in the playoffs. Come on, it can't be nothing better than that, man. The Knicks has done some real good things, and I salute. Like, I'm not 100% with Tibbs sometimes, and some of the trends, but recently, I can't nobody really talk about how Tibbs has been supplementing the players. I mean, substituting the players into the lineup right now. Who can say anything? He's been doing a great job these last couple of games, man. Who can really talk about him? He's got the people that he wants to play, and you see he's playing them, and he's winning with them. The defense is active. That's what you say.
He what we needed. I told you last night, we said at the trading deadline, if you don't do nothing else, just replace Cam Reddish with the right person,
Right.
the Knicks gonna be good because they got that 3 spot. Now RJ ain't got to keep playing extra minutes unless they want to put him in there because it works with the second unit. But when you brought in Josh Hart, that helped RJ don't have to play so many minutes.
Facts.
And he produced behind RJ. So when RJ get his break, he knows somebody coming in behind him who gonna carry
hold him down. Hold him down.
That trade to me was the obvious trade that made the most sense, was getting a player at that 3 spot to take care of RJ when he needed to get a break, and to get Josh Hart and do what Josh Hart doing and the impact, which we thought that would have been Cam Reddish. You know what I mean, Shop Howard? But obviously it's Josh Hart. And Josh Hart got a winning mentality. He a gritty ball player. He a winner. He know how to get down. And he's a Swiss Army knife. He can do everything. And he do it with a lot of grit, passion. I love that. That was like a John Starks type signing to me, or whatever. You know what I mean? Draft. I know he might draft stuff, but undrafted. But he's that John Starks type of player, man. Love, energy, grit, pound the chest, wearing that 3 number, man. And Josh Hart, he might not shot it like Josh Hart, but he's shooting right now like him though. So, but you know what I mean? But he was the right player for the Knicks, man. He was the right player. And no matter what happened before, he was the right player for the Knicks to bring in, and I think it worked out well. I really think this cat gonna help these boys, man. That's a nice added dimension to a team when you got a cat who could rebound well, push the pace well, play defense well, gritty in a lot of places, man, and he ain't scared. When you put a cat like that on your team, now you're gonna have the other cats on the team feeling like that. You know what I mean? His energy is amazing. He's gonna rub off on a lot of them young boys back there. And I love that, man, about that signing. I think it was you're right, part night, the front office, man. They got to give him credit for that, man. Real talk. You could beat them up all you want to sometimes, but rightfully so if you feel like they got. But you also got to give them their flowers when they do well. And I think that Cam Reddish trade was the best one because we signed Jalen Brunson through free agency. So yeah, you got to give his flowers, man. Salute to the front office, man. They did their thing, and I think the best yet to come. But they got a lot of decisions to make all summer. They got a lot of decisions to make, man, because some guys ain't gonna be here. So we got to win who's gonna be, and no matter what happens, man, I think the Knicks they in the right direction. They moving in the right direction. I think they about to build this thing to a contender. I think another 2, and it's things that happen. I don't know. I'm gonna say 2 years, but you never know what happened this summer. The Knicks is literally about to build a contender, and nobody even paying attention to it. Shop Howard. These boys, they one superstar away, or they 2 whatever type of players away from really doing some damage in the East in the next couple of years.
Great role players.
Yeah, there you go. They're the great role players because I think they're good. That star 5 is good. We just got to get that guy. And I think Mikal Bridges is that one I'm looking for because I think him like Anunoby, they can guard the KDs the best. They can guard some of the best players in the league. Like Mikal Bridges lock a lot of cats up. You know what I mean? So you need a guy at that wing like that, like him, man, 6'9", 6'8", 6'9", and can defend just about anybody with them long arms. Yeah, I love to have him in that starting lineup. I think that does it for me right there. He'd be that. Maybe not the skill of I would say skill for the defense player. The way Jimmy Butler impacts Miami, put it like that. That's what I'm trying to say. He'd impact the Knicks defense the way Jimmy Butler impacts Miami's defense. I think him, whoever at that 2, and Mitchell Roberts going to be a problem against any team on any night from the defense side of the ball. I think that's crazy. So we'll see, man, how it goes, man. But salute to everybody in the chat, man. Y'all cats got it popping. We just wanted to get in tonight, man. Talk a little bit about the game from last night. Knicks got out there, got busy, went out there and did their thing. Really took it to Brooklyn Nets last night. Brunson was Brunson. He was doing what he was doing. Randall had a nice, solid, quiet 18, but he had 10 rebounds, 4 assists. 1 steal, 1 block. He was doing this thing there too. RJ didn't have it the way he wanted the other night, man. But RJ would be RJ. He'd get it right. We know that. We know he'll bounce back and get it popping. I'm not worried about him. But but overall, my man Josh Hart was a theme to me last night. Jalen Brunson dropping 40. He dropping 27. I mean, them cats 67 points between 2 people. That was pretty tough, man. That was pretty good, man. So let's hope they can continue this thing tomorrow against a tough team, scary team. Here's the issue with the Hawks. Hawks have scored the ball with the best of them. Their defense has been they've been slouching. So if our offense definitely can compete with it. I ain't worried about that. But we got to go out there on the defense side of the ball tomorrow, and try to hold it down, man. And I hope RJ have a better game. Hope Grimes have a better game. If Grimes and RJ can come to the table tomorrow for the Knicks beat them. If them 2 players right there to me tomorrow can bounce back and have a good game for the Knicks, RJ and Grimes, I think the Knicks walk out of Atlanta with a victory, no question. I think they come out because I know Brunson going to do him. I know Randall going to do him. We need RJ to do what he do and let Grimes have a fishy game, and they do that, and they continue playing the way they're playing as a team. I Heart still keep delivering the way he's delivering, quickly doing what quickly doing. I think they got a good shot to beat Detroit tomorrow, man. I'm really looking forward to it, man. It's gonna be a fun one tomorrow. But we'll be on at 6:15 tomorrow as usual. We get ready to get it popping, man, on game day. But I'm looking forward to it. I like this team. I like the way it's going, man. Let's go to the All-Star break with a W tomorrow, man. Go get a W at All-Star break tomorrow. Get ready to go up in this piece and just relax, be with your family, then get back and get at it for the last week before the season start back up Friday and get ready to bring it home. It's time to bring it home, man. And this is where the money's made right here, right at the All-Star break. Where you gonna go? This is where the money's made. Let's see if the Knicks gonna make some money and get us up in the team in the playoffs, so we all can get up in the building and wild out. It's for real.
Hey, I'm just gonna say this, and I'm 100% with what you said, Divine. I'm amped a little bit, you know what I mean? And Mitchell Robinson, my guy. Like I say it all the time. I don't say much when people talk about Mitch, but I like Mitch for what he does for us, man. And he really makes defense. He makes guys think before they come into the paint. And a couple of games, man, we really miss Mitch and since he's been out. But with that being said, hopefully he'll be back. Right after this break, he was sitting on the sideline yesterday with his Gucci hoodie, but he didn't have that. He didn't have the flange on his hand. He didn't have the apparatus that keeps his finger connected. He just had the immobilizer piece that was on his hand, the plastic hard piece that you strap around the wrist to keep your finger straight. So, that's big. The last time I seen him, he had the black apparatus on with the piece under his hand with the brace on. Now he just has the bracing piece to keep the hand still. And they say that he's soon to be in contact, playing scrimmages with contact. You know what I mean? So that's big right there, man. So come on, Mitch, come on back, man. You know what I mean? Come solidify this hole right here. Stay healthy for the rest of this year and plus the playoffs, and let's see where we can go from there, man. Mitch is going to really be, you said it earlier, Divine, man, and I'm not throwing it out there with you, but I'm going to throw it out there with you. If we see this guy Jay Hart come out tomorrow, and I was joking around saying 19, 16, 17 rebounds with 16 rebounds with 11 assists and 9-10 points or something like that. But if he continues to do stuff like he's been doing, augmenting his game to what needs to be done, we get him back with Mitchell Robinson. We may see, in the latter months, end of this month. Going into March with Jay Hart starting. Could you see Jay Hart starting and Grimes going off the bench? I don't really want it to happen yet, but I believe that could be something that could, really, start the Knicks off on an up-tempo beat. We can score the basketball with him on the court, with Jalen Brunson, RJ Barrett, it changed the outlook of the game, and he likes to move the ball a little bit, man. So, you'll see RJ more spread, more running up and down the court. You'll see Mitch getting the basketball. I'm dying to see him play with Mitch. Because I think he'll be looking for Mitch. He likes to pass the ball, and he's a willing passer. Let me say it like that. So, some big things coming back. And let's see what happens, man. We're gonna ride it till the wheels fall off, man. Let's see what happens.
But hey, just to piggyback off you real quick, I guarantee you this. Like I said, guaranteed. Let me rephrase that. I think Mitchell Robinson will be playing next Friday.
Good.
I think Mitchell Robinson, with this week off for All-Star break, and he probably start contact this drills and all that stuff, and contact and all that. I think by next Friday, you might see Mitchell Robinson. I really believe that. I think you see Mitchell Robinson. That's why the Knicks say he next week he'll be in the full contact. So once you're in the contact, that don't even matter then, because now all you gotta do is play the game because you already know the game. Game like he don't have to catch up on nothing. He just gotta, once he able to take that contact, the Knicks will have Mitchell Robinson on court next week. That'll be lovely. Come out the All-Star break. That's what now that from today. Then you talk about what 8 days. Something like that, whatever the case may be, might be longer than that. It's 9-10 days. Yeah, he'll be back Friday. That's a lot of time, man. So let's see. Especially if we start contact deals next week, because they're gonna be off for what, from Friday to Friday, right? 7 days.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so the days will be Wednesday pretty much. So yeah, about 9 days or something. That'd be nice, man. But here, like you said about the one thing, I want to piggyback off you right quick. Here's why people gotta remember something about this Grimes. And there's nothing wrong with Grimes being on the bench. It's nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? And if they put Jay Hart, at the starting two, it's not a bad demotion for Grimes. Remember, Grimes is he hasn't even played a whole year in the league. You know what I mean? Shot Powers. And Jay Hart done played for 6 years. I mean, who's the better player right now, in your opinion? Right now, at this stage in their career, who's the better player?
There's no question about that to me. We've been saying it, Devon. I'm not opposed to it. I'm just gonna say that I like what Grimes does and all that, but I'm not opposed to it.
Grimes quickly, and whoever else you putting back there, in that second unit is still dangerous. You know what I mean? It might be what he need right now. Sometimes, you know what, you put a lot of expectations on a young man's shoulders. But yeah, the Knicks asked this man to be the number 2 guard for the New York Knicks, a playoff team.
In his second year, and he didn't really play the end of last year,
right.
And the beginning of this year.
That's a lot of pressure, you know what I mean? And so you're gonna have inconsistent nights like that. The kid is he's pretty much a rookie. So I don't have no problem with him being on the bench. Just like I had no problem with Deuce Bride or Obi Toppin. That's where they supposed to be at. If a dude come and he better than you, you got to go to the bench. So, but it's not a bad thing though. It's not a bad thing. It's just that it helps it helps. I think it's a win-win for both sides if it comes down to it. Because if Grimes staying and he's not producing, Ted's got to. Yeah, we can't see. We're gonna have to say Ted's got to pull him. Okay, got to pull him. So let's see, man. That's a good problem to have, because either way it goes, one of them in the starting unit, one of them, it don't matter. That's still a good problem to have. But I think Jay Hart, just like Quentin Grimes, though, with Mitchell Robinson, that's why I can't wait till Mitch get back. When he get back, I think it's game on for the Knicks, man. I think the team gets much stronger, and because now Hart, like I said, he could put all that energy and all that in the second unit. If we're gonna be a second unit with Quickly and Jay Hart. Both Hart in the second line in the second unit. Quickly. That's pretty good there. So, like I said, they still the buyout market. You never know. The team does become deeper. Salute to my man, Smoking Nick was popping. Sack in the house. Yeah, man, but the team get deeper, they get better. So I'm ready for it, man. Let's do it, man. I'm ready for the Knicks to go ahead and get this thing pop. But tomorrow, though, we got to get this thing tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. We got to go up here and get Atlanta to business tomorrow, man. This is a big game for the Knicks. They're a lot of big games. We prevailed in a lot of them, man. The overtime loss to the Lakers and the Clippers, we wouldn't even have a conversation if the Knicks going to be a 4th seed. They would have won them 2 games.
Thanks.
When he had if the Knicks would have beat the Clippers and the Lakers in overtime last week, we wouldn't even have this conversation. Who's in the 6th spot? it would have been Knicks about to go up. We would be in the 5th spot because now we only would have had 25 losses or something like that. And we'd be right there ahead of Brooklyn, waiting for Cleveland to strike. So hopefully we can get them games back, man. We just need to win a couple of games in a row. And that'd be huge right there for us, man. So I'm hoping that's what it is, man. I hope they go out and get a popper tomorrow. Smoking Nick, man. I think it's gonna be an interesting game, man. I think we come out to play. I think their defense has not been there this year. I think we match up well against some guys that they got go get. We got go get us too. So you got Trae Young, Devontae Murray, we got Julius Randle and Jalen Brunson. Let's get it popping. Only thing we need to see if RJ numbers are going to outshine John Collins numbers. You do that, and let Jay Hart and Grind got to get my man DeAndre Hunter's numbers. So we just got to go mano a mano with these guys, but bring our defense mindset to the game, because that's what we built up. We got our identity in that defense. I think we bring our defense to the table tomorrow night. I think Knicks beat these boys. Get up out of there. Go to All-Star break. That's what I'm banking on. And so we'll talk about that tomorrow in the pregame. We ain't got to give it all the way tonight, but I think they go to play tomorrow. So it's gonna be fun, man. It'll be an interesting thing, man. We hang on for about another 5-10 minutes, then we're gonna get up out of here, man. But salute to the chat, everybody in the building, man, getting the popping with Knicks Real Talk. You know what it is, man. Salute to all you guys up in there, man. Me and Shop House here got the pregame from last day. Knicks went up there and gave Brooklyn Nets, the business. We gave the Brooklyn Nets the business. My bad. And now we ready to go do it again, man. So let's hope we can go ahead tomorrow and execute the game plan, Shop House, and win this thing and get over with tomorrow.
Yeah, that's basically it, man. Like you said, what time we coming on tomorrow, Devon? 6:15-ish?
15-ish, yes, sir.
All right, yeah. Look for the notification. Look for the notifications. We'll be on. Salute to the chat, like you said, always Divine. And we'll talk more about what we got to prepare for Atlanta. We already know what we got to do. We got to kill a little Lilliputian over there. So let me rephrase that. We got to put the Lilliputian in the cage or something like that. So let's see if we go over there and do what we need to do tomorrow. Let's get it.
Yeah, real talk, man. It should be a fun game tomorrow. I know we're gonna come to play tomorrow for sure. And let's see. We went the about when we come to play every night. When we come to play, we kind of get some good results. Let's see how it goes tomorrow. I think we go in and get it popping. But great game last week, New York Knicks, man. That was a great game for us. It really was. I'm glad we won that game, pulled it out, and we're looking pretty good right now, man. Like I said, man, 124, 106. Blitzed them on the defense side of the ball in that third or fourth quarter. Knicks shut them down 22 and 23 points a quarter. That's what I'm talking about. That defense came to play in that second half, shut them down. And we dropped 32 in the first quarter, 26 in the second, 35 and 31, 124. But we held them cats under that 110 of them. That was really good. So they got 24 losses. We got 27. They got the Heat tomorrow that can turn into 25. We win our game for the All-Star break. We come back. We moving up in that 6th spot. We'll be in the 6th spot already. I think when we come back, we move up in the 5th spot, and we'll take it from there. That's how we go. We got to get this thing popping. But real talk, man. It's been fun tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Me and Shop House want to get out of here, man. We'll see the guys another 18 hours, whatever the case may be.
Just about.
Yeah, it's always a pleasure, man. It is Frank Matos. That's dead right, man. It's for us, no matter which way it go. And he know what I tell you why I'm gonna tell you why I want the Nets to win that game.
I do too.
I tell you why. Coming out of the break, March 1st, we got the Nets. So we get that loss. We get that spot back. Well, we just got to take care of our game tomorrow. But I think the Nets could beat the Heat tomorrow. We go into the All-Star break, would have win half a game up in the 6th spot, and we come back out this day. We got the Nets coming right out of the gate, something like that. So last game time we play them. See how it goes, man. The buyout will be around the corner after that. See if the Knicks do anything in the buyout market or whatever the case may be. But for us right now, everybody's team is the way it is. No trades, no more until next all season. So we know what we rolling in there with. I like the team we rolling there with. I'm confident in the team we rolling there with. Let's wait till our boy in the middle get back, and then we can really have this conversation. When Mitchell Robinson get back, we really can have this conversation. So we'll see how it goes, man. It should be fun. But we'll see you cats tomorrow, man. Chop House, give me a last word, my brother, and we're gonna get up out of here, man.
You already know, Divine. Salute to you as always. Salute to the chat. That's where it's at. Let's get it. We'll be here tomorrow. Let's get it.
Yeah, real talk, man. Salute to everybody for coming and hanging out with me and my boy tonight. Y'all already know what it is. We in here, man. Knicks Real Talk, man. Had a great time tonight. Appreciate all you guys, man. And me and Shop Howell. See you guys tomorrow. Y'all be safe. Couple of NBA games going on out there, man. Nothing too big that's going to really help us in any way. But, you know, there's some games on tonight. But tomorrow's the big night. Everybody get down. Knicks and Hawks, Nets and Miami. It's 2 games right there. We double in Cleveland game. We'll keep an eye on that. So salute to everybody. Shop Howell, my brother. I'll holler at you. Salute everybody, man. Peace. Time for divine shot, KJ events. This real talk's the brand. You understand how we do, my man. I'm on that Friday night Knicks shit, dripping in Knicks shit. Up in the world, most famous arena with the click. That's the conglomerate. The Knicks real talk, the real prominent. I'm a bit like the Omicron variants, I'm dominant. Paying homage to the cat in the chat. That's where it's at. Cause I'm hearing that. You don't care for hyperbole, you straight facts. We interact with the mob, the gods. Up in the pod, the squad, the side. The entourage be on the job, my energy. Feeling tripping in tempo as they cook my game plan. Let my brand for loop and pursuit. Going hard like the New York City gritty committee. Cause that the Knicks we ain't always pretty, but we all stay giddy. But we embrace the fan base like the late Anthony Mace. We create the logo when there's airspace that appear like Squarespace. Staring down on the Chase Bridge, look at that Knicks City drip. There's 50 Dexters on the court, looking pretty legit. I stay true to the orange and blue. I thought you do for him a few bars to shine like stars divine on Mount Mars. Knicks real talk. Here we go, let's go.
Knicks real talk right here. I'm representing
Knicks real talk.
right here. Let's get it.
Here we go, let's go.
We here in the building.
Knicks real talk.
Let's get it.
Here we go, let's go.
Yeah, for real. Yes, sir.
Knicks real talk.
We here.
Here we go,
in the
let's go.
building. Let's get it. Let's get it. Yeah, for real. Yes,
Let's
sir.
get it.